All right, y'all. I have um, I have been noticing the difference in um, I have been noticing the difference in dating in the dating world. In addition to in addition to and what's going on, Deshaun? I see you, homie man, person. In addition to the difference in the dating world, you can notice the difference in the Black community. There has not been a drastic difference in the community, um, in no other community than the Black community in the last 40 years. White women are still sticking with the age-old tradition of mother, father, child, family morals, values, build, um, have a family with purpose. And that hasn't been the same in the Black community. Because of that, there has been a drastic exodus of professions leaving the Black community. There has been um, social media is the ground zero of extreme exposure to the anarchy that Black folks think that it is success. And at the bottom of all this, there's one common denominator, and that is the single mom. And when you tell individuals about the powers or lack thereof that they think they have of being a single mom, is simply taking the little childish mentality of I am grown and I don't need. It's taking it to the highest level. And
women always find a way to make.
Hold on a second. All right. All right. So, okay. All right. So, once again, um, there are individuals that unfortunately have a narrative that there is the children are better off. Let me tilt this back. children are better off without a father. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys something, and I am a component of. I am a component of the right way. I am in no way interested in the wrong way. The reason why I am in no way interested in the wrong way is because when you invest or when you decide the wrong way is a narrative that you want to try out, then wrong, the benefits of wrong is a lot different than the benefits of the benefits of wrong is a lot different than the benefits of right. So I'm gonna give you an example as to what it is I'm talking about. Last year, I'm sorry, in 2021, I was dating a woman, and I was dating a woman that had 3 kids by 3 different dudes. And this woman who we had excellent sex, and that is always, of course, a key component to get a man to abort his morals, right? Sex. You invite sex to the narrative. A man is going to say, you know what, the hell with that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get down with this because this individual got good sex. Got good sex. In addition to good sex, what does a man like to do more than anything? He like to bust his load. When he's having sex with a woman and he about to bust and she just stop and say, give me that juice, you be like, oh, you love it. You're a nut bust lover. Yeah, you are. It's all good. But I have a belief. I have a theory. And that belief and theory that I have is that is the time that a woman will literally take out your deed to your house, and as you busting off, she will just kindly reach back and say, before you bust that nut, sign right there, and you'll sign your house away. You've been bamboozled. She got you. But I, being my father's son, I wasn't raised on a woman's curriculum. I was raised on a man's curriculum. And because I was raised on a man's curriculum, I'm not a sex first guy. I'm not sex first. I am a woman know your duties first guy. So when that woman decides my duty, I can abort my duty and replace it with giving you some sex. Nookie is what they like to call. Nookie is what they like to call it. I don't have nothing but, the man, because all men want is sex anyway. You lose me. So the logic and the theory that I have, I want y'all to listen to what I'm about to say. When you're conversing with a woman, don't ever answer deep questions or respond to deep narratives when she say them. If your woman says something that you scratch your head about, don't ever respond to her in that moment. Wait about a week. And the reason why you don't want to respond in that moment is because it's at that time, that woman, when she say it, she already got the narrative or the backup plan. She already's in the moment of unlogical. That's the moment they're in. It's an unlogical moment. So let me give you an exact narrative of what happened. This woman, who I had great sex with, who I insisted on parking a big load, I loved it until she said this. She said, I'm glad my kids' fathers wasn't around because a 2-parent household confuses the kids. When she said that, I kind of like my equilibrium had my equilibrium was like Counter, sway back right. Okay, he's tilting too much. Sway back right, left. Hold there. Eyes, refocus, brain, settle down. My brain literally went into like a, what the, right? That's what happened. All right, that's what happened. So I knew at that point, I said, I ain't having sex with this woman no more. Because she was like, I'll have your baby. And I was like, yeah, wow. You know, I was all like a little kid, booty this damn wide. Well, you can't see because the diameter of the phone camera don't allow it, but her booty was wide. But when she said that, I realigned my thoughts and had to say, damn. So I waited a week. Yeah. I got my man Deshaun checking me out on Dash Traded for Child Support. Yup, this woman said a 2-parent household confuses the kids. I said, oh. So I waited a week. And I asked her 3 questions. I waited a week and I asked her 3 questions. I said, got a question for you. I'm 54 years old, so I'm gonna go old school. I was 52 at that time. I said, so I'm gonna go old school. Are any of your kids retarded? She said, no. I wanted to go straight to it. I didn't want to go slow. Are any of your kids retarded? No. Okay. Did you ever have to call the cops on any of your child's fathers? No. I said, well, can you explain to me then, how is it best that they not be around? How? Because I never heard of that before. Now, you got to understand something. When you talk to a woman, you'll get an answer. When you talk to a female, you're going to get deflection. This is the problem that a lot of y'all men run around and think that, yo, my woman. No. I want to be clear. There are 2 types of estrogen forms. There are 2 types of the estrogen form. An adult and an adult and a child. Don't let your woman be an adult when she wants you to be a man, and don't let her be an adult to ask you questions. But when you ask her questions, she hybrids down into a little girl, and you cannot get any adult conversations with her. None of your adult conversations result in forward progress. I need y'all to follow me. So I said, okay, so we're gonna replace the answer with deflection. I said, oh, I get it. I said, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. For you to sit here and say that it is best that your kid's father not be around tells me one thing. You never dealt with a man that doesn't want you for sex. You have gotten so comfortable with saying stuff that is just totally trash that you got views more. You got more views than okay. So I'm like, okay, you are not used to having a man come talk to you. You're not used to that. That is what you're not used to. You're used to every person you talking to you with the narrative of getting some sex from you. And I left her alone. I broke up with her. When she said it is best that my kid's father not be around, when she said that, I said, sex is going to stop. And I started to pray. I started to pray because I said, Lord, when I bust my nut, I packed that pussy. I put my balls in her pussy. I mean, we had that good mind-blowing sex. But when she said that, people, I'm going to tell y'all something. As a person that does this for a living, it's unfortunate that I would probably say 75% of my clients got oops babies. A very small percentage of my clients are married or have been married to the woman that they bear the child with. Very small percent. But because women are so powerful into thinking that their narrative. And one thing I've learned about women is this. Here's the one thing I learned about women. They only believe their narrative. That's it. You're not going to ever in your life, let me say this again. You're not ever in your life going to get a woman to understand your narrative. They're not built for that. They're not. They have one belief in their mind, and it's, well, you want some pussy, so you got to believe this, and I got to stand strong on this, or it devalues my pussy. I gotta, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play this for y'all.
Say that is men and women who are incarcerated, the population of the prisons mostly encompass fatherless homes. Now, here's something that no one else has mentioned, which I think is cool, and I don't really say this eloquently. If a man and wife raise a child, they're less likely to end up in jail, but they have the same statistical chance as children raised by just their father.
Holy smokes.
So if we want to keep children, adults, out of prison, mother, father, or just father. We don't want to hear just father, so let's try to keep the families intact. The more opportunity the child has to interact with biological father, the less likely they are to commit a crime or have contact with the juvenile justice system. Okay, another way to say that is men and women who are incarcerated, the population of the prisons mostly encompass fatherless homes. Now, here's something that no one else has mentioned, which I think is cool, and I don't really say this eloquently. If a man and wife raise a child, they're less likely to end up in jail, but they have the same statistical chance as children raised by just their father. So if we want to keep children, adults, out of prison, mother, father, or just father. We don't want to hear just father, so let's try to keep the families intact. The more opportunity the child has to interact with biological father, the less likely they are to commit a crime or have contact with the juvenile justice system. Okay, another way to say that is...
Now, what that woman just said is the stats are in. Statistics show that there are more single mother kids in prison than a mother, father, or just a father. And studies show that children that was raised by a mother and a father has the same stats as a child that was just raised with the father. So any way you look at it, a mother raising a child by herself is bad news for the positive narrative of society. Anytime a child is raised by just the mother, that increases and is a great news for detectives that want to get the cops that want to get promoted to detective. It's great news for the prison system. It's great news for the companies that make spaghetti and meat juice that they sell to the prison systems, calling it spaghetti and meatballs. It's great news for municipalities, crime stats, justification for justification for police brutality, justification for the need for swift laws. This is why when you go to court, a lot of times they're backlogged. This is the reason why there's more cops. This is the reason why they got these specific zones. You live in a high crime zone, therefore XYZ. And I want to be clear about something. This is also good for the insurance business. Oh yeah, health insurance companies could get bullet holes and keep people getting shot, stabbed, mental health more, and high areas where high population of single mom. It's good for insurance companies, automobile insurance companies. They can say, being that there's a lot of single mom products, you happen to live in an area where there's a high population of single mom products. That means your car is more likely to get stolen. Yeah, it's great for all of that. But what they're saying is simply, if you want your child to be in the grace of forward movement, positive generation forward, you want your child to ascend. All these things are in abundance when a man is present. Gee, I wonder why. All right. So I want to play it again.
Commit crime or have contact with the juvenile justice system. Okay, another way to say that is men and women who are incarcerated, the population of the prisons mostly encompass fatherless homes. Now, here's something that no one else has mentioned, which I think is cool, and I don't really say this eloquently. If a man and wife raise a child, they're less likely to end up in jail, but they have the same statistical chance as children raised by just their father. So if we want to keep children, adults, out of prison, mother, father, or just father. We don't want to hear just father, so let's try to keep the families intact. The more opportunity the child has to interact with biological father, the less likely they are to commit a crime or have contact with the juvenile justice system. Okay, another way to say that is men and women who are incarcerated, the population of the prisons mostly encompass fatherless homes. Now, here's something that no one else has mentioned, which I think is cool, and I don't really say this eloquently. If a man and wife raise a child, they're less likely to end up in jail, but they have the same statistical chance as children raised by just their father.
So what that's saying is, once again, appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. A child that's raised by just a mother is under some, this is my baby stat. The child is being treated like a little doll baby. I remember one time when Atia LaShawn Bradley and we were going through our custody battle. Atia LaShawn Bradley felt as though it would be necessary that her grandmother babysit my daughter at that time. And I remember suing Miss Atia LaShawn Bradley in court to get my daughter at that time inside of an environment where she can develop social skills around other children. So if I can remember, and quite frankly, I remember Miss Atia LaShawn Bradley's testimony in court, and she was telling the judge that her grandmother does do development skills with the then 7-month-old baby. They do and play numbers games. They do all these things. And therefore, that my daughter at that time was getting adequate amount of development skills. And then I testified. And I testified and I said, Your Honor, I don't know no 70-year-old grandma that's teaching an infant social skills. I said, Your Honor, what I know is that a 70-year-old woman thinks that 7-month-old, oh, they got the sevens going on, 70 and 7 months. I know every 70-year-old hag, they look at babies as the cute little, the cute. It's a high narrative of cute going on whenever a child is being raised by an old woman. All right. Now I just played that for you. What this live stream is going to consist of is a lot of supporting documents. So let us now check this out. I used it as the thimble. Let us check this out. What you are looking at is a little girl that murdered a woman. Yep. You're looking at a little girl. You see that right there? That's it. You're looking at a little girl that murdered a woman. What you're looking at is the end results of a woman in the pink there, Tootsie, who got beat up. And she got beat up. And what she did was she did what Atia LaShawn Bradley did to our daughter. It was commit the scrupulous crime of whatever. And the backlash is not going to be as great because it's being done to your little girl, and the law is going to now say, nope, you are not responsible. But they actually convicted the woman in the pink. I know there's only a woman and a child there, but I want to be real specific and help y'all understand. The woman in the pink was actually convicted for murder because she told her daughter, you know, I'm raising you to understand that we as women, we're the victims, and when mommy hurt, it's on you to set the things right. That's what Atia LaShawn Bradley taught her daughter. That's why she's not my daughter no more. Because if your narrative is to only think that mommies mean something and mommies rule, I mean, a lot of you guys is going through that, and a lot of you guys is just sucking it up and saying, you know, that's what's going on in my house, and you know somebody, and that's going on in the house. I will remove myself from that house. I clearly remember me saying this. I, under no circumstances, will allow myself to be treated any less than the pimp get treated by the prostitute. I'm not saying same actions. I'm saying same attention to detail and same willful of saying I am first. My feelings and all that is not second to nothing or nobody. I don't care if your mama's sick. I don't care if your sister got into a car accident and she flew out the damn car, hit a tree. I don't care about none of that. I don't care. I'm first. If my feet hurt, that trumps your sister being in an accident and she flew out the damn car. Give me a second. I cracked myself up. Oh, man. But I'm serious. I'm serious. Let me show you one more again. And once again, I think that the child, as assumed, the child didn't get in trouble. The mother got in trouble. Because like I said, the mother got beat up. Then she went in the house, told her daughter, get the gun, shoot the lady. Daughter said, okay, mama. Okay, mama. Look at that. Think a white woman would ever do that? There's so many narratives with that story. But after all, I did tell y'all, for those that was here, I did tell y'all I was dating a woman that had 3 kids by 3 different dudes. And her narrative was, I'm glad my kids' fathers wasn't around because a 2-parent household confuses the kids. Can't make that up. Can't make that up.
They have the same. They have the same.
Y'all millennials, y'all got it all fucked up. The reason why is because because I became a grandparent does not automatically make me the babysitter or a daycare. Grandparents, true grandparents, they're supposed to raise their children right to where when y'all start having kids, y'all can financially provide for your own children and secure their daycare so you can go to work, so you can go out, so you can do anything else. Grandparents, let me tell you where you got it. No. True grandparents are supposed to be able to call.
You hear what she said? Let me tell you where you got it wrong. Because this little girl that had a baby, she gonna tell her mama. She gonna tell her mama.
For their grandkids, y'all supposed to come over here and bend down. That's for the daddies. That's for the daddies. When the daddies ain't in the home, that's where they go for the daddies. They go to their daddies for the summer because y'all got to split custody. This how y'all got it fucked up. Grandparents are supposed to be able to come to your house and stay with you and visit with their grandkids. You're supposed to be able to drop your kids off when your grandparents call for them and in their leisure time. Grandparents are not supposed to be daycares. Everybody's time is valuable. We have our own life. We work very hard to get everybody out of the house. Why would we want to raise your kids and keep your kids? That's out of order. But black people, the black culture is so dysfunctional. That's why y'all think that grandparents is supposed to be keeping kids and raising kids. It don't go that way. Y'all got it messed up. So they're not going to self-isolate? And guess what? Yes, stuff like that's a portion. I'm supposed to be able to say, yo, on the 27th, I booked for me and my grandkids. Everybody going. Whoever ain't going, I don't need y'all money. I don't need y'all nothing. I don't need nothing. I just need my grandkids. Right. That's what we're supposed to do. So we can't just drop them out when we want to. No, it don't supposed to be dropping them out when you want to. Like, here go your grandkids. No. See. No. It don't go like that. You know why? Because we already had our lives with raising kids. We don't supposed to be tied down raising kids.
Now you notice she's talking to two of them. And Tommy Sotomayor said the worst thing you can do is see 3 of them together. I agree with that, but coming in a close second is 2 of them. You see, one thing about these individuals is they have a high sense of childish mentality. So this mother right here that thinks she's saying all the right things. The unfortunate is she is talking to the new generation of the single mom's logic. And the new generation of single mom's logic is whatever we want, whenever we want it, long as the children are not with the father. I don't need a father. I didn't have a baby under the traditional family terms. So whatever nonsense it is that you're talking, I really don't care nothing about it. I really don't want to hear it. Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Stop. Come with me. Put them thumbs up, y'all. I really don't want to hear it. And this is why this mother right here is listening is trying to get through to her children, and they're just laughing, joking, and clowning her.
Be gardening, going to the senior citizens place, bingo, and all that other fucking shit. That's what we raised y'all for, to be able to take care of y'all kids. We didn't send y'all off, but y'all did go. Where y'all go? The summers. And where did y'all go? To y'all other people. Your daddy people. If the daddy is not in the home, he's supposed to do the summers. Y'all supposed to rotate holidays. What the fuck? Y'all think that we're supposed to do that because y'all got a sense of entitlement. Y'all think just
stop, Quattro, stop.
I'm the grandma that you're supposed to push your kids off on me. That's not how it goes.
Both. Oh, she got two of them.
It takes strong mothers like me to let you know the shit don't go like that.
That's why.
To get it right. Other than that, I'll be sitting here rocking.
So she's talking to two of her daughters, and both of her daughters got newborns. I'm just waiting for somebody, the National Fathers League info at gmail.com. Send me the link of the white mom that has to say that. Just the link. Send me the link.
You can claim ex-spouse benefits as long as you were married for 10 years. And you have to be at least 62. And the benefit you receive through your ex-spouse's Social Security needs to be more than your own. Claiming on your ex-spouse's Social Security benefit does not affect his or her benefit, and also if he or she...
Yeah. This is why, when stuff start going south, you get married.
Because we have a lot of reactions. We tend to think as Black women that a successful relationship and one where we're happy is one where everything goes our way.
You know what?
There is no... That you're saying we are...
They did not tell us that all of that being my own person and I'm independent would lead to separation, loneliness, celibacy, and lesbianism. They didn't tell us that if you give up the man, you're going to take one of these things and it's worse and it will destroy your nation. They didn't give us that information. They made us think that it was some kind of glorified position to brag about the fact that I got my own job, my own credit card, my own car, so I don't need no man. I don't even know how we got that mixed up. Ain't none of that got nothing to do with being with no man. We have some serious relationship problems that nobody has been able to address us on because everybody wants to pretend that this is not going on. My position is that the Black woman's disrespect and rebellion against the leadership and the authority of the Black man is a direct cause of the breakdown in our Black family structure. And of course, there are many Black people who consider those fighting words because as Black women, we have never been subject to the kind of examination. They did not tell us that all of that being my own person and I'm independent would lead to separation, loneliness, celibacy, and lesbianism.
And she is absolutely right.
They didn't tell us that
because
if you give up the man,
when
take one of these things. It was at the height of a lot of the AIDS epidemic. Now, but the good Black woman has self-discipline. They did not tell us that all of that being my own person and that got nothing to do with being with no man. We have some serious relationship problems.
Now, here's what I'm gonna tell you guys. When you decide you're in a relationship with somebody and you decide that y'all cannot coexist in the same house together, so y'all break up, what you have to understand also is your whatever plan y'all put in place to raise the child, that's out the window too. A lot of fathers are under the impression that when y'all break up, you are assuming that the mother is going to stick to any protocol that y'all had in place, only for you to then turn around and say, I thought we was going to. Nope. She's on. Let me tell you something. Let me go left and tell you something. A woman will make sure that if you said, when my son gets 15 years old, I would hate for him to have on a napkin folded up, glued on his shoulder. If your child is 2 months old, so that means in 14 years and 10 months, when your child turned 15, Your child's mom is going to remember you said when your child turned 15, you'd hate for him to have a napkin taped to his shirt, and it will be there. What's my point? My point is everything that y'all had in place, she was going to go the total opposite of it. You got to understand that when you break up with a woman, it is now hurt you protocol. That's it. That's all that woman wants to do. That's all that woman will do. That's her plan. There's nothing else that she want to do more. The kid, she'll send the kid to school in a hurricane. Or just grab something as you're walking down the street. Just make sure you're always holding on to something. This is Channel 7 Eyewitness News. All schools are closed today. Just go there and check. Just go there and check. Mommy, there's a tree flying down the street. Just duck it, duck and roll. They don't care. They don't care about the kid. Everything from that point on is to see to it that you are brought to your demise. So any plans or anything that y'all had when it came to raising that kid, you got to understand that it's over. The stats are in. It is not feasible. It is not the best in the best interest of the child to have a child raised by a woman. It's not. It's not. Wherever a child is, whenever a man is absent, discipline goes with him. Whenever a man is absent, structure goes with him. If you want to believe, if you're a woman and you're listening to this and you want to believe, I had a dummy tell me a couple of months ago, I want y'all to hold on to something. If you drive and pull up over, I don't want you to crash and blame it on me. You're so damn stupid. I had a woman tell me, I'm a good mother. I was reading my kid bedtime stories up until he was 14. I'm a good mother. I was reading my kids bedtime stories up until he was 14. And she's tucking that under the narrative of being a good mother. This super idiot talking about her kid can't move out till he's 21. So her kid and his girlfriend was living in a house with her. What man does something so stupid? No, I don't know what you mean, Sean. You said, wait, did she mean 14 months? Nah, 14 years. She said, I was reading my kid bedtime stories up until he was 14 years old. I said, what the? And she called herself being a good mother. This is what we go through. This is what the world is experiencing. Crime went up. Everything shot through the roof because of the absence of the father. I want you to listen to this.
Do women feel bad after they treat you like shit? Honestly, no, they don't. In reality, they laugh with their friends about the things that they do to you. And they gossip to their friends about how they're doing you wrong and how they're talking to other men. They don't feel bad until they actually lose you. They keep you on the side, and when they lose you, they feel bad. But once again, women are not good at apologizing or realizing that they're wrong. Unless you call them out, then they'll think about it like, dang, maybe I did mess up. But in that moment, women do not feel bad. They think it's funny, and they really feel like it's funny to treat men like shit. Especially good men, especially men that are soft and that will actually let you walk over them. They don't feel bad. In reality, they just believe that you shouldn't be like this and you shouldn't let a woman walk over you. That's their logic. Man, you need to wake up. Women are evil. There are a lot of evil women out here. They don't care about what they do, and they don't care about how they make a man feel. Especially women that have been done wrong. They are miserable inside, and they go around hurting other men.
Boom. Boom. If you didn't pay attention to anything she said more out of that video, she said women are mean.
And I'm trying to stay normal. People are like, I know you. What do you want to?
I want to tell y'all this. And you know, there was a time when I used to say that what I say is not there was a time I used to say the League of Dads and the National Fathers League is a platform for fathers that have been through it. But I don't say that no more because it's not a platform for fathers that have been through it. It's just a platform for men, period. Why is it a platform for men, period? Because a woman's idiotic logic don't stop at marriage. It's not like they're single one day, they get married, and then they like they stop. This is the analogy that I had to come to believe. They're going to carry that over into even marriage, but that married man is going to get a married version of this narrative. And when you understand that, honestly, you'll be better off. Once again, the stats are in. It is not feasible. It is not good. There's no narrative that is out there that states that a father is better off with the mother. And like I tell I tell everybody that is going through this nonsense, it's one thing that you got to understand if you don't understand nothing else. And that one thing is this: when you go into court, the legal term is for equal legal and physical custody. Equal legal and physical custody. Equal physical means time. 3.5 days out of the week for her, 3.5 days out of the week for you. That is what the equal means. Equal legal means a right to all the decisions. You equally have their right. Now, here's the funny thing that I was told back in the 90s when I was fighting for custody of my child. My brother actually said to me, Chris, you'll never get that. You're not going to get it, this and that. And like an individual that probably didn't realize that I was thinking like a person that was autistic was like, I don't understand that. I don't know. That's just not right. Right. So I ended up getting custody. And then it was holy smokes. But the reason why I got custody is because I did not acknowledge a one-sided narrative. You know, I didn't acknowledge that. I was like, nah, I want both parties to understand this is equal. It's not a one-sided narrative. When I talk to a lot of fathers, the nonsense that they tell me is, nope, the mother is going to no matter what. And I'm just like, dog, I in my head, I'll be wanting to say, damn, I feel sorry for your kids because you sound defeated. All right. That's what I want to say. My man Deshaun, he chimed in. He said, lately I've been seeing these podcasts where they interview and talk to the new generation of women. Jesus, a lot of these young women are lost cause. Yeah. What happened is society has given women the right to just be a woman. And this is what you're getting. You cannot tell a woman she don't have logic. You can't tell them that. You can't tell them that. You can't tell them that. You can't tell them that they're dumb. You can't tell them that. You just can't. And society gave them a platform to be this way. So you as a man, you cannot allow not 1 ounce of that into your life and dealing with her. But like I was saying, there's a narrative, and that narrative is equal legal and physical custody. Equal legal, equal physical. Let me go back to that. Equal physical custody means the exact same amount of time. Equal legal is all the determination. She don't got a right to just take the child out of school and take them there. You don't got a right to take the child out of school and take them there. Equal. All right. And here's the kicker. I want everybody to remember this. If there's at any point you go to court and the judge say he's not going to give you that, then they're trying to take you into the zone of all the nonsense. This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. That's what they're doing. At any time you go to court and you're trying to be told that, or they're trying to explain to you that no, nope, this is not how this work. Nope, this is not how this work. The mother gets. I was talking to one of my clients. Today is Saturday. Talking to a client, I think Tuesday, Wednesday, and he was here in Texas. They said that it's an unwritten rule that the mother gets 60% and the father only get 40%. And then what I told him was, I need the transcripts of when the judge said that. He said, well, the judge said it before the court hearing started. I said, why do you think I asked you for the transcripts? He's like, I don't know. I said, because the judge knows that's illegal. But he said it before they started recording. But in your mind, it's still there. See, he said it's not in the air no more. It's gone. But now you're saying in your head, well, he said this before that. So all of your actions and functions from that point on is going to be from an intimidation narrative that he dropped on you before the court hearing even started. So when you go to court, you ask for equal legal and physical custody of the child. And you say to a judge, if you cannot give me that, I need you to explain it on the order in writing and tell me what law states that I can't have that. Whatever it is you want to give me, if you think I deserve only 20% and she deserves 80%, throw that law in there too. Throw that law in there too. It doesn't exist. You guys are fighting phantom rules. You're fighting rules inside your head. That's what makes me so successful at this. I make sure I get the nonsense. I clear your head out. When you do a one-on-one consultation with me, I clear your head out of all the nonsense. I clear your head out. And then I make sure you're at a point in your life where you're saying, oh, this is what it is, and this is where I'm at with it, et cetera, et cetera. And when you're ready, 732-875-9111. Text consultation for my $50 consultation. Payable via Cash App. And I will see you guys on the next one.